It is now a new year, so you know what time it is. It is time for me to show you the updated comic collection as of 2026. So let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Geek City. This is the 2026 comic collection. Gotten a lot of stuff. I've also gotten rid of some stuff just because, storage. I've grown to just I want to collect the things I really just want instead of just buying stuff. That's like a collector's tip number one. I used to do that a lot, and I finally started getting rid of some of that stuff. But I also bought a lot of really cool comic books and whatnot, and kind of filled out some empty gaps in my collection. Let me know what's your collection looking like. I'm not going to do single issues. That will be a separate video, but I'll just kind of show you all the shelves, the omnibuses, DC, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, and just kind of everything on my shelf right now. So yeah, let's start with the top. Alright, so up here I don't have a lot of comic books, but I do have two. But I just kind of want to show y'all what I got here. I got this random Mortal Kombat figure that I found a comic on. I got a bobblehead, some Walking Dead figures, a signed Star Wars Lando Calrissian figure by Billy D. Williams. And then I have these two comics that are too big to fit on my shelves. I have the Guardian Devil, Daredevil Gallery Edition, and then I have the Absolute Killing Joke. I don't own a lot of Absolutes from DC. I want to get more of them, but they're really pricey, and they don't fit, so I don't have enough room to store all those. I got this really crappy Daredevil figure, but then I have my cool statues. Got a Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, and Raiden. I need to get more of these guys. These are really cool. This is from Halloween. Then we got Naruto, this little collectible figure. Wolverine. I got this rare Death of Superman trading card box, still wrapped. This random Blackest Night figures from the comic book series. And then we have my Freddy Krueger collectible of like the hat. And then we got random posters. Alright, let's get started on the actual comics. Alright, let's get started with the DC here. First I have the first four absolute trades. Got Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, and Absolute Martian Manhunter. Really enjoying this series so far, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. So here are these four trades, and then I have Aquaman, Volume 1. I got this at Ollie's. One of the frustrating things about Ollie's is you can get some good deals, but they put these stickers on the book, and I don't know if you can tell, like, I can't get this residue off, and that's just really frustrating to me. Like, I haven't actually read this one yet. It's in my to-read pile, but I put it here for the video. I got Batgirl Year 1 and Batgirl of Burnside. Got this on my book fair for like $5. Alright, all of this is Batman. I'm really proud of my Batman collection, and it's all in the reading order. I suppose it's kind of. There's probably some, incorrect order here, but overall, I think this is in the correct order. Got the DC Finest Year 1 and Year 2 book, which is really cool. It collects Year 1 and Year 2. And then a lot of other stories of the post-crisis era. I love this book, and I'm glad DC Finest exists, because DC Finest has been very helpful. I've gotten 5 of those so far. The Man Who Laughs, Long Halloween, Dark Victory, Death in the Family, Sword of Azrael, all of the Nightfall stuff, Hush, Under the Red Hood, Whatever Happened to the Cape Crusader, Battle for the Cowl. Most of the New 52 stuff, I did run into the problem of, I got the first 3, and then I bought volumes 4 through 6 in this like box set, so it looks different. And then I got volume 7 and volume 8. I haven't picked up those last 2 yet. Batman and Robin Eternal, which I haven't read. I've heard kind of mixed things. I used to like love the Rebirth Batman run, so I bought like all of it. So I have volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then I have the Prelude to the Wedding. Like, I was going all in. This was before I knew what omnibuses were, and I was just buying all of them. I'm probably not going to buy the rest of them because the run is kind of mid. But then I did get the conclusion, which is City of Bane, in this, like, trade paperback, and it's really bad. It's not good. Then we have Their Dark Designs. This was the follow-up by James Tynion. We have the first 3 volumes of Batman by Chip Zdarsky. I started off really loving that, and then it kind of dwindled for me. Batman and Robin, Volume 1. Batman White Knight and Curse of the White Knight. This is all my Elseworld stuff. So I got Curse of the White Knight, Batman 89, Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Strikes Again, which is the worst Batman comic of all time. Dark Knight Master Race, Batman Earth 1, and then 2 of the Arkham volumes. Blackest Night. That's cool to own. You can't really see these back here. Black Lightning Year 1, Blue Beetle, Graduation Day, Crisis on Infinite Earths, and Dark Knight's Metal. And then right here, my NECA figures got Leatherface, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Frankenstein, Creature of the Black Lagoon, Dracula, Freddy Krueger. Those are really cool. Alright, the first of many Mortal Kombat shelves. I love Mortal Kombat. Got the Mortal Kombat 9 Scorpion figure. This thing's kind of difficult to find, but I did find it. I was hoping I could find the Johnny Cage one. That would have been awesome, but didn't find that. There's a lack of Johnny Cage merch, which is unfortunate. Got all these McFarlane figures. I hate that they changed the design so that they all have Scorpion on the box, as you can see in these last 3. I don't know why they did that, but we got Sub-Zero, Katana, Cabal, Shao Kahn, Joker, Liu Kang, Kotal Kahn, Spawn, and then these last 3 are, well, I can't tell because they don't show them on the box. Like, look at this. Why are they all just Scorpion? Yeah, it's Baraka, Nightwolf, and what's the other one? It's a Cabal, Nightwolf, and then what is this last one right here? It's the Batman Who Laughs. Okay. That's cool. They are releasing classic arcade Mortal Kombat figures of Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Katana, Liu Kang, Raiden, Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage. I want to pick those up, but I haven't gotten around to them yet. Alright. The next shelf of DC books. So, we have the first 3 volumes of DC versus Vampires. It started off really strong for me with volume 1, and then I just kind of lost interest. It started to kind of lose me. And then we got the E's. I only have one ebook, and that is Event Leviathan by Brian Michael Bendis. My Flash collection, which I need to get more of. I don't have a lot of Flash. Got Flash by Mark Waid, Volume 1. The Dastardly Death of the Rogues, which is a really fun book. Flashpoint, Flash, New 52, Volumes 1 and 2. The Flash, Lightning Strikes Twice, Volume 1. But this is like the cool, like, LA. So I went to Warner Brothers Studios, and they have these really cool, like, exclusive covers. So this is the Flash driving past the tour bus. I love these covers. I have the Wonder Woman one as well, and I'll show you all that when we get to it. But that's really cool. So it's the same book. It's just has, I'm gonna put this in my to read pile. Haven't read that one yet. The Button Deluxe Edition, and then Flash Year 1, which is a really fun book. Alright, then we have my Green Lantern, which is still kind of small. I need to lock in and get more of that. But we got a Kyle Rayner Compendium, Passing the Torch, Secret Origin, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, which is a fun book, and then Back in Action, which is the start of the newest run. And then I have 2 different Crisis books. I got a Identity Crisis. This is like the deluxe edition. I love this book, but it's very controversial. I love it, but a lot of people do not, and that's okay. It's a very divisive story. I got Infinite Crisis, one of the best events of all time. I got rid of Injustice Volumes 1 through 3 because I don't need them anymore because I have the Omnibus, but I still have Injustice Volume 4 because I don't own Volume 2 yet. Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. This was such a dud for me. Like, I love both of these franchises, and so the idea of having that together would be really cool. But it was really disappointing. I did not like this book at all. So, but I mean, I still own it. I still don't know why they chose this to be the end of the Injustice comics. Like, this is the conclusion. I don't know why they made it a crossover, but I forget I own this sometimes. Yeah, that's Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. Injustice Year Zero. Then we have the Joker Black Label book by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo. I don't own Luther, which is the other one they did. Justice League Tower of Babel, one of the best stories of comic books of all time. I love it so much. Justice League of America, the Injustice League. Such a fun story. And then we have this stinker right here. I only bought this because it was $7 at Ollie's, and it's a deluxe edition, so, like, that's cool. The artwork is cool, but, like, this is a dud. It's really, really boring. So, but it was a deluxe edition, oversized hardcover for $7, so I couldn't say no. Justice League versus Power Rangers. I think we have my ever-growing Nightwing collection, and I love Nightwing. And I feel like he's always kind of had a lack of representation in the collected editions department, but recently they've been locking in on that. Like, they've started giving us these in Nightwing and Night and Bloodhaven compendiums. Volume 2 has released, and Volume 3 is coming out pretty soon. So this is Volume 1. Nightwing Year 1, just got this one. And I have the first 4 volumes of Nightwing. Tom Taylor. I'm deciding if I should buy the Omnibus or if I should just keep buying the trades. I don't know. I don't know what I should do. Peacemaker Tries Hard. This is the Black Label book. That's a sequel to the first season. You got Robin Year 1. Just recently finished reading this. Suicide Squad by John Ostrander, DC Finest. I love the DC Finest so much. They're so convenient. It's like Epic Collections, but for DC. And then we have the new Suicide Squad volumes 1 and 2. I used to have the New 52 Suicide Squad volume 1. I got rid of it because it was just kind of mid. It's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. This is a really good book, and I'm excited to see I'm excited to see it adapted. I think that'll be really cool. All right, the final DC shelf is mostly Superman, because I love Superman. So start off with the DC Finest, the first superhero here. I love DC Finest. Look at that. I love the cover here. These are really cool. It collects all the early stuff. I'm not a big Golden Age guy, and I don't love reading it. This took me a while to read, for sure. But I feel like you gotta own the Golden Age for those classic characters. So, for example, Batman is getting a DC Finest of his early years. I might have to buy that just because, like, it's going to be a drag to read, but I got to read that classic stuff. I already own a Wonder Woman Golden Age Omnibus, so that solves that problem. Superman Man of Steel, this is the best jumping on point, in my opinion, for Superman. After the Crisis timeline. Would love if they made an omnibus of this stuff, because I don't want to buy all 4 of these hardcovers. I still haven't yet, but maybe one day. Got the Death of Superman Deluxe Edition, plus the first 4 trades. I need to get Volume 5 to complete this set. Superman and Lois, the Wedding Anniversary Deluxe Edition. Superman and Batman by Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness and Michael Turner, Volume 1. Just got this one recently, Superman New Krypton. I am going to read this soon. I just put it in this pile to show y'all that I need to read it. Alright, then we have Superman New 52, leading into Rebirth, and then I have my Rebirth stuff in omnibus format, so that's not really... this is the start of the newest run. I thought it was pretty fun. I haven't been reading this stuff, though. Superman Action Comics, Rise of Metallo. Superman for All Seasons, such a good book. And then kind of a sequel to it, Superman Kryptonite, the Deluxe Edition. And then we have Year 1, Superman, like Volume 3, I think. I don't know why I own this. I think it was like at Aldi's or something. Then we have Super Sons by Peter J. Tomasi. Really fun series. And then we have Teen Titans, The Judas Contract. DC Finest, such a good story. We have Watchmen and Doomsday Clock. So Watchmen is a story that I used to not love. And then it just kind of clicked for me randomly. And I love it ever since. And the movie, the Zack Snyder one, I think kind of misunderstands the story, but I do think that the animated one really was just really good. But yeah, I've grown to love Watchmen. Like, yeah. Then Doomsday Clock, the follow-up, which, I mean, it's fun. I enjoy it, but I don't think it was as good as it could have been. Wonder Woman Origins and Omens. This is the start of the Gail Simone run, and it's really good. And then here's another one of those LA Warner Brothers Studios covers, but this one's really cool because it's in front of the Friends fountain. Isn't that awesome? I love Friends, so that's cool to have that. Wonder Woman in front of the Friends fountain. Wonder Woman Outlaw by Tom King. I enjoyed this first volume a lot, and then the series just got really bad, so I took it off my pull list. And the first 2 volumes of Earth 1. And 0 Hour. And then this thing, which I've had for years. I don't know why I bought this, but I own it. It's like a little pocketbook. So, there's that. Over here we got a Tim Drake McFarlane figure. I got my Legos, got like, and these are all the custom ones, I believe. But we got like David Cornswell Superman, because Lego has not made any with him yet, which is really odd. But they got him and Guy Gardner, which is just awesome. The Boys, Invincible, some Marvel, Naruto, Freddy Krueger. Then we have my Star Wars Black Series. I just started collecting these. Got Michael Myers here. I need to move this back to its original spot. I got my signed Penguin by Nolan North, signed that. And then I have Ra's al Ghul and Batman from the Arkham City wave. So my original plan was, if I get Catwoman, I was then going to open these 4 and put Solomon Grundy together. But then Nolan North signed this one, so I don't know if I want to open it now. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, we have another Mortal Kombat shelf. We got these rare Sub-Zero and Scorpion Funko Pops. This is Deadly Alliance Scorpion, and this is MKX Sub-Zero. Got those at Comic-Con. And we have my ever-growing collection of Mortal Kombat Funkos. They have finally started re-releasing some. They haven't released any good ones in a while, but they released some Mortal Kombat 11 ones. We got the MKX Melina, Mortal Kombat 11 Scorpion, Mortal Kombat 11 Katana, Classic Liu Kang, and then we have the 4 movie figures in the back. They released a Sub-Zero from MK11, but it looks really bad because it's like him frozen. I just don't want that. And then they released some MK1 Funkos, but haven't gotten those yet. Alright, this starts the Marvel stuff. Alright, so we have my small Avengers section. I don't read a lot of Avengers. I'm not a big fan of the Avengers in the comics, if I'm being honest. There's not a lot of stories that I really enjoy, but I do think the Bendis stuff is pretty good. But overall, yeah, I've never been a big fan. You got the Black Panther Epic Collection, some Captain America books, yeah, and then Civil War. And then we have my giant Daredevil collection, which, y'all, that Daredevil reading order has been kicking my butt. It's almost ready. I need to get some of the Mark Waid stuff. And then some Anna Cinti Daredevil. And then that should be enough. And then it should be ready. So I got like, oh, and then I gotta get Devil's Reign. It's almost we're close, I promise, guys. Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, Volume 1 of the Epic Collection. The Frank Miller run. So one of the frustrating things is Born Again has always been available, and I think Born Again is a great story, but when people say it's like a great jumping on point, I think they're just wrong. This is the end of Frank Miller's run, so I don't know why people say you should start with this. You should read the rest of Frank Miller's run and then do Born Again. But they've made Frank Miller's run not very easy to find because the omnibuses are not available, so I had to find these really old comics on eBay. Like, these things are old, but I'm doing it for that reading order, y'all. I'm telling y'all. They're really good if you read them. I recommend you reading these two. But, and then reading Born Again, and then The Man Without Fear. Daredevil Yellow. We got my 2 modern epic collections of the Brian Michael Bendis and Brubaker stuff. Charles Soule, Chip Zdarsky. We got my 2 Deadpool books. Fantastic Four. Epic Collection, the Mark Waid stuff, my little Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War section here. Iron Man Season 1 is a really fun book. Got this Marvel vs. DC comic book. It's very 90s. Mighty Thor by Walter Simonson and Miles Morales. I'm going to put this in the to-read pile. I still haven't read this one yet. Moon Girl. The Punisher miniseries, Punisher Welcome Back Frank by Garth Ennis is a classic. Silver Surfer. And then we have my giant Spider-Man section. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of this Spider-Man collection here. This is just the first part. We'll get to the other shelf in a second. Got Epic Collections, pocketbooks, random trades. This was all for the reading order. Kraven's Last Hunt, Spider-Man Visionaries, Revenge of the Sinister Six, Todd McFarlane, Civil War, Spider-Man, Spider-Man Back in Black, Spider-Man One More Day, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah, there's a lot. Alright, final Marvel shelf here. Got the rest of the Spider-Man collection. So we have the first volume of the Dan Slott run, and then volumes 1 through 7 of Zeb Wells' really bad run. Then we have Spider-Man, End of the Spider-Verse by Dan Slott. And then Spider-Man Blue, Spider-Man Life Story, Star Wars Epic Collection Volume 3, Ultimate Fantastic Four Volume 1, all of these Ultimate Comics, Ultimate Spider-Man 1 and 2, Wolverine Deluxe Edition of the Chris Claremont run, Wolverine Origin. Then we have my X-Men collection here. So we got the first volume of the Epic Collection, Dark Phoenix Saga, Days of Futures Past, God Loves Man Kills. Down here, X-Men, the Fatal Attractions, Epic Collection, Age of Apocalypse Prelude, Age of Apocalypse, Astonishing X-Men by Joss Whedon, World War Wendigo, Jonathan Hickman, Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone, and then the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. And then we have these Ninja Turtle figures based on the IDW run, which I love the IDW run, but the releases of them have been really stupid. Like, they have not released any good ones. Like, they haven't made a Casey Jones or a Splinter, April O'Neil. They haven't made any of those yet. But they have made Rat King and Alapex, which Alapex is kind of cool, but, like, I don't know, I need to get more of these guys, because they are cool, and I love the IDW run. I just need them to get more of these guys. And then we have my 4 other Walking Dead ones. They go up with my Negan and Glenn from up there. Rick, the Governor, Herschel, Abraham. Alright, let's move on to the last shelf before we get to the omnibuses. So we got these cool comic Funko covers. Amazing Spider-Man 252. This random Wolverine cover, homaging his first issue. Batman, issue 1. And then this really cool Arkham Asylum Batman Funko. And then we have the first 8 volumes of the IDW run. I love the Ninja Turtle run. I need to get the rest of these. I've just gotten really busy and haven't bought them because they're not exactly cheap. And then we have the first volume of the ongoing by Jason Aaron. These keep falling over. I'm probably going to have to move those. Then we got the G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra movie prequel. Something is Killing the Children. And then we have the Energon universe, all in reading order. Maybe one day I'll do Energon reading order. But I love the Energon universe. It's the Transformers G.I. Joe shared universe. So I have all of them so far, I believe, except for Void Rivals Volume 4. But yeah, got them all here in the correct reading order. I'm really proud of that. Got the first compendium of G.I. Joe Real American Hero. This is a thick one. It's got a lot of stuff in it. And we have the 2 volumes of the ongoing. I haven't really been impressed. So I'm probably not going to get volume 3. I bought volume 1. I thought it was pretty decent, but I wasn't blown away. And then volume 2 kind of lost me. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to keep reading. Paper Girls volume 1. Phantom Road is a really good series. Public Domain, Radiant Black, which this one didn't really impress me, and Saga, which I still haven't read yet. All the Walking Dead books. Alright, let's move on to the omnibuses. Alright, let's get started with the DC. We got the 3 Grant Morrison omnibuses. I love this run so much. It's so good. Batman and Robin by Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason. This is another really good one. Final Crisis. I regret buying this. This was just when I was just kind of buying stuff. I went to Midtown Comics. I could have bought anything, and I chose to buy this thing. I really regret buying it. So I recommend never buying event omnibuses unless it's like an event you already know you love and will want to get more of. I didn't know I will love it, and I didn't love it. So I regret getting that. Jeff Johns' Green Lantern Volume 1 is really good. We all know this. We got He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Omnibus. This one was really good. And then Injustice Volume 1. I need to get the other volume. Volume 2 and Injustice 2. I need to get that as well. Alright. Then we have Justice League International Volume 1. Justice League by Grant Morrison. These 2 books, I love them so much. If people ask me what Justice League should I get started with, I always recommend Justice League New 52. I adore the series. Fantastic artwork. So good. It's written by Jeff Johns. And it's, like, really epic. Like, he builds up. There's so many mini-series attached with these 2 volumes. It's so epic. The first omnibus I ever bought was Superman by Grant Morrison. So that's one. That's a cool one. Superman by Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason. I love this omnibus. The new Teen Titans omnibus. This is a classic right here. Wonder Woman Golden Age. This cost me $20. Then Wonder Woman by George Perez, another really classic that everybody needs to read. This whole shelf is taken up by Spider-Man. So we got Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1. This collects the classic material. Spider-Man by Roger Stern, which I just couldn't really get into. Spider-Man vs. Venom, which is awesome. Spider-Man by Jason Michael Straczynski Volume 1. Love this series. Spider-Verse, Spider-Geddon. Couldn't really get into. Spider-Man by Nick Spencer is really fun. And then this piece of crap, Spider-Man Beyond, is really mid. I just got it for the reading order. So yeah, that's all the Spider-Man. That Spider-Man reading order, that was a pain in the butt to put together. So yeah. Alright, next shelf. We got Black Panther by Christopher Priest. Haven't read this one yet. I got it at I got it at Game Exchange sealed for $12. So like I've heard great things about this run, so I'm excited to get into this. This will be a fun read, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this back over here. Guardians of the Galaxy by Dan Abnett and Andy Landing. This is a really good one. Punisher by Garth Ennis. The first 2 volumes of Ultimate Spider-Man. I need to get the other volumes of that. The Ultimates, that book is not good. Ultimate X-Men. So this is a really unfortunate thing. I loved Ultimate X-Men, but of course the one omnibus that I love has binding issues. So this volume, I don't know why, but look at that. It's having binding issues. So the pages, like, you can see them falling apart. So like I try not to touch that one a lot because I get scared I'm gonna break it. Uncanny X-Men Volume 1. X-Men The Mutant Massacre. Then we have more X-Men down here. Alright, we got X-Men by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee. The New X-Men by Grant Morrison. And then Weapon X The Return. Then we have all these Invincible compendiums. Got Volume 2. I just played this one because it's really cool. And then Volumes 1, 3, and then the Invincible Universe Volume 1. They need them to release another one of those. Alright. That is everything. Let me know in the comment section, what books have you picked up this year? What are you excited for, looking forward to for the videos? I got a lot of bangers coming up. Hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and as always, stay geeky. I'll see y'all next time.